So, are you new to Philadelphia and looking to start your water service without a hitch? Whether you're buying your very first home or just renting a new apartment in the city, getting your utilities set up correctly is absolutely crucial. It's one of the most important first steps when moving. But here's the thing, doing it in Philly, it is a little different than what you might be used to in other places.
Stay tuned, because in this explainer, we are going to unravel everything you need to know for a completely seamless setup. Getting this right from day one doesn't just make sure your water is actually flowing, it unlocks your direct access to essential customer services, financial assistance programs, and really important legal protections. Okay, let's dive right in. Here's our agenda for today. We'll start with Welcome to Philly Water, then cover gathering your documents, the application process, fees and payment methods, managing and troubleshooting, and finally, wrapping it up.
Welcome to Philly Water. Let's get a lay of the land. Now, what's really fascinating here is how Philly handles things. Standard utilities, like electricity or gas, they usually run your credit, right? And they set up a personal account just for you. Well, Philadelphia does not do that. They tie water accounts directly to the real estate itself, because unpaid water usage basically accumulates as a municipal lien against the physical property. There are absolutely no initial residential setup deposits required. No way, right? The physical property is the city's security mechanism, not your personal credit score. That is a huge game changer for a lot of people. The Philadelphia Water Department, or PWD, manages all of the city's critical water infrastructure. And get this, it was actually founded way back in 1801. Setting up your account correctly with the Water Revenue Bureau makes sure you have a direct legal relationship with this vital utility. Being the named account holder is super important because it gives you direct legal access to assistance programs, dispute rights, and standard payment agreements. Basically, if you're renting and that bill isn't in your name, you are totally missing out on those protections.
Section 2. Gathering your documents. Let's talk about the paperwork.
So if you just bought a home, you actually have it pretty easy. The setup process is almost entirely automated. Once your deed is officially recorded with the City of Philadelphia, the Water Revenue Bureau database just automatically updates and your next billing statement will be generated right in your name. Usually this takes about 30 days. But hey, if you need immediate activation, maybe to facilitate utility assistance or property management, you can absolutely go the manual route. Just fax the top copy of your settlement sheet directly to the WRB intake office. Now, if you're a renter or a legal occupant, it's a bit different. Since you don't own the property, establishing a direct billing profile means you have to put together a customized application packet. First, you'll need the correct form, either the tenant or occupant application. You also absolutely must have owner authorization. If you're a tenant, this is usually just your formal lease or a written statement proving you're the one responsible for the water bill. Next, you need strict personal identification. We're talking 2 verified forms, including a government-issued photo ID. And finally, you'll need proof of occupancy, like rent checks or other utility bills in your name, plus a current water meter reading. I know it sounds like a lot of hoops to jump through, but having all of this ready makes the next step an absolute breeze.
Section 3. The application process. Time to actually submit. The application process itself is a really straightforward 3-step journey. Step 1. Hop online and download the correct fillable PDF application from the city's website. You can type everything right into your computer. Step 2. Attach clear copies of all that evidence we literally just talked about. Your IDs, that meter reading, your lease or owner consent, and your occupancy documents. Step 3. Submit the whole shebang to the Water Revenue Bureau. One quick tip though. Double-check that you didn't miss any required attachments. Incomplete applications are by far the most common pitfall that causes annoying delays.
You do have a few options for how to submit, but let me save you some serious time here. Saving your completed form as a PDF, or even just taking clear pictures with your smartphone and emailing it directly to wrb.contactintake@phila.gov is highly recommended. It is for sure the fastest method. Just make sure to put your name and address right there in the subject line. But if you prefer doing things the old school way offline, you can drop off your packet in person at a municipal services center or just mail it to the WRB intake office on John F. Kennedy Boulevard.
Section 4. Fees and payment methods. Let's talk money.
Philadelphia water bills are calculated using a multi-part rate structure. So if we look at a typical residential customer's monthly average bill, which is about $67.43 right now, this chart breaks down exactly where your hard-earned money actually goes. 35% pays for the clean drinking water delivered right to your tap. 25% goes to wastewater treatment and collection, basically handling everything you flush down the drain. Another 21% covers stormwater management, which is super important for keeping the streets clear from flooding and the rivers healthy. And finally, 19% is a flat service charge that covers billing, metering, and pollution prevention.
When it is finally time to pay that bill, you have plenty of convenient options. The easiest by far is using the online portal. Paying by e-check is completely free, though keep in mind there are processing fees if you decide to use a credit or debit card. You can also pay by phone or literally just by text, though transaction fees apply there too. If you like keeping it traditional, you can mail a physical check or pay in person at the Municipal Services Building. Actually, that building is the only place that will accept cash payments. Personally, I think setting up automatic bank payments online is a fantastic way to ensure you never, ever miss a payment.
Session 5. Managing and troubleshooting. Because life happens, right?
Okay, pay attention to this one because it is a massive gotcha for tenants who are moving from one rental property to another within the city. You might think you can just transfer your existing account to the new address. Actually, scratch that. You literally cannot do that. It is a strict two-step process. First, you must formally terminate your old account by emailing the WRB to request a tenant termination application. Once that termination is fully processed, step 2 is submitting a brand new tenant water customer application for your new address, complete with a brand new meter reading and updated owner authorization. Please don't forget this, or you might end up paying for water you aren't even using.
Now let's talk about managing your costs. If you are a senior citizen and you meet specific household income requirements, you can apply for a massive 25% discount on your water bill. 25%! This is a fantastic program that can really help reduce your monthly living expenses. But what if things get tough? Should you face delays, shut-off notices, or just need help affording your bill, Philadelphia offers some incredibly robust financial assistance programs. There's the Tiered Assistance Program, or TAP, which provides income-based billing. There is also the Utility Emergency Services Fund, UESF, which offers actual grants. Now, if you are ever facing a shutoff, don't wait. Immediately call 215-685-6300 to set up a payment plan. Oh, and a quick troubleshooting tip for renters. If your rental property is missing a meter, you cannot get service in your name. Your landlord must be the one to call and have a meter installed before your application can even be approved.
Section 6. Wrapping it up. Let's bring it all home.
Let's quickly recap these key takeaways so you're totally prepared. First, remember that Philly water accounts are tied to the property itself, meaning no credit checks and zero initial residential setup deposits are required. Second, preparation is everything. Gather your specific IDs, your proofs of residency, and most importantly, those owner consent forms before you even start the application. Third, definitely utilize email to submit your applications for the absolute fastest processing times. And finally, always officially terminate your old account when moving to a new rental. Remember, you can't just transfer the service.
So, with all these cheat codes in your back pocket, are you ready to jump in and get your utilities flowing? I have to ask, what is your very first step to securing your Philadelphia water service today? Are you going to go hunt down your lease agreement right now? Or are you going to hop online to download that application? Get those documents together and take total control of your water account. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the comments or reach out directly to the Water Revenue Bureau.
And just a quick note before we go. The information provided in this explainer is intended for educational purposes only and may be subject to change. Please consult the official Philadelphia Water Department website or contact their customer service for the most current information. Thanks so much for learning with us today.